Hey friends, this is our kettle. It's 3 years old. We use it every day and we only use it to boil water. In my experience, kettles after heavy use for 6 months, they start to look like this. Look at the calcium buildup inside. Boiling water and vinegar doesn't work. These exterior stains are also caused by water leaking out of the kettle lip. Last week, I found this simple method that turned this kettle to look sparkling new again in less than 30 minutes without using unedible ingredients. Let's go. I will show you what I did. The star of this video is food-grade citric acid. It's commonly used in foods like canned tomatoes, jams, vitamins. Many products with a tomatoey, lemony, or orangey flavor likely contains it. This one, which I used for cleaning the kettle, I got it from the Michael's store in their baking supplies section. Always check the label to see that it can be used for baking or for food. This one is made in the USA. This is another citric acid I bought from a local health food store. The label shows it can be used for bread and candy making, as well as baking. This one is made in Canada. I prefer to get the food-grade citric acid that is made in a country that has strict food safety regulations, because it is going to go inside the kettle. Before we start, safety first. We have different kettles. Please read your kettle's manual before trying any cleaning methods, including this one. Fill up the kettle to its maximum capacity with cold water. For this kettle is 1.7 liters. Then add 2 tablespoons of food-grade citric acid powder. I'm using a half tablespoon measure, so I'll be using 4 times of that. Close the lid, press the boil button, and let the water citric acid solution go through the boil cycle, which is about 5 minutes. And I can see the calcium buildup slowly disappearing through the cycle. Look at the base inside the kettle. Looks like the buildup is gone. Boiling food-grade citric acid and water really got rid of those stubborn calcium buildup over the years. Okay, let's let the steam settle before we look again. The steam has settled. Here is a clearer view. Let's remove the exterior buildup. You can see the hard water stains are all over the kettle. Safety notes: do not immerse the kettle in water, and to prevent electric shock, unplug the kettle before cleaning. Add about a quarter cup of hot water into a heat-safe container. You can use the same hot citric acid solution we just boiled, or boiled water if you're doing this on another day. In another small heat-safe dish, add 3/4 teaspoon of the citric acid into it. Wearing gloves and using a clean sponge or brush, carefully dip the sponge into the hot water. Then press the slightly wet sponge onto the citric acid powder and scoop some onto its surface. I'm scrubbing down the kettle and allowing the citric acid powder and hot water sponge to react with the hot water stains. Remember that electric kettles should never be submerged in any liquid. It is extremely unsafe. So while you are scrubbing, keep in mind that the only way we can wash this off is to use a damp cloth and wipe the citric acid residue over and over again until it's gone. After scrubbing, use a toothpick to gently scrape off the buildup around the grooves and edges of the kettle. If the buildup is not coming off, dip the hot water sponge in a bit of citric acid powder and scrub the area again. Then go over it with the toothpick to scrape it off. This is a clean, damp cloth washed and squeezed dry in cold tap water. Wipe off the citric acid on the exterior of the kettle. If we don't wipe it off, it will leave a sticky residue on the kettle. And also, we do not want any trace of citric acid left on the kettle. I wipe the kettle down about 2 or 3 times, and in between each round, I would wash the wet cloth. Pour out the citric acid water solution that has been sitting in the kettle. Then rinse the interior thoroughly a few times to remove any trace of citric acid. Be careful not to submerge the kettle in water and make sure the water doesn't touch any of the electrical or computer components. Next, fill the kettle to its maximum capacity with cold water and start the boil cycle. I repeat this rinse and boil step twice. And after the second time, the kettle is clean and ready for use. This was what our 3-year-old kettle looked like 30 minutes ago. And now, I present you what it looks like. For regular maintenance, boil 1 cup of white vinegar to remove light buildup from the heating plate as it appears. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.